Good morning, everyone. It is a brisk, cold morning in June here in Cincinnati. So it's about 50 degrees. Just got over a drought and had a big rain over the weekend. That kind of helped. Started bringing all the weeds back. Clover flowers and everything. Hey, start with the hot pepper bed. Has a few new members in it. Got a couple volunteer tomato plants. One that got stepped on. You got the little, I believe these are all four of these I believe are habaneros. Don't have much on them. This one I believe is a Peter pepper, for obvious reasons. That's the only pepper on this plant right now. This one looks like it's going to be the Jamaican one. These are the mole. Tried one of these because I've never had them before. There's a little bit of heat on them. This one's probably going to be another Jamaican one. This plant has no peppers on it, so I'm guessing that's a Peter pepper. It's behaving like the other one over there. And a couple more here. Let's see, this one must be another Peter pepper. Don't see anything on it. And I did have somewhere over here was another, oh, there it is. Volunteer tomato plant. Normally don't grow tomatoes out here, but hey. God decided to grow peppers or tomatoes out here, then I'm growing tomatoes out here. This is my bell pepper bed. Taking their own sweet time. And I will say, the weather has not been warm yet this year. And that could be the reason why. That is an habanero plant. This is the goofy plant that started sideways and sent up branches that'll be like extra plants. And that is, I guess, Jamaican, I'm not really sure. And the raspberries, not looking bad. I do have some raspberries, not getting very big, but every little bit counts. That's an habanero. I believe that's an habanero. Actually weeded these out yesterday, so hopefully that'll help. And a couple pepper plants I just threw in here because I had them, nowhere else to go with them. So anything I get off of them will be a bonus. It's probably a Jamaican one. Actually, no. Looks like a mole. And this one looks like the Scotch bonnet. Scotch bonnet has a very unusual coloring. Very dark. Look how dark the branches are. All of them have been like that. The asparagus. Okay. Been eating some turnips. For some reason, the one on the end always gets biggest. When I pick them, the next one gets big. So these have been doing really well. They do well every year, and I guess none of the wildlife likes turnips because they never get touched. I have an onion that sprouted here, but I don't know what kind it is. I don't know if I should trust that it's just a green onion or if it's wild. It looks like a green onion. This pepper plant here, something's been snacking on. I guess they're getting desperate and eating the pepper plants now because I'm covering up too much. Looks like the potato plants got more flowers. And that's weird. Never seen that before. Okay. More pepper plants. Thinking this must be a Peter plant. Looks like the one out front. This one didn't have any peppers either. Lettuce is doing great, so that's the one benefit of this cold weather. Been eating a lot of lettuce. It's really good. Another Jamaican plant. Those are Scotch bonnets. You see the dark coloring. There's one, and that one, and that one. A lot of Scotch bonnets. Don't even know what I'm going to do with them. Got this cayenne peppers already been putting off red ones. Ancho. And another ancho. These are doing so well. They're happy about something because they just keep on growing. Looks like something is eating my potato plants, some kind of bug. Eating a lot of it, but they're doing very good still. A pepper plant I threw in there. Peter pepper maybe. This one is doing pretty well. This one really is taking off lately. No idea what it is. I guess I'll find out once the peppers start getting put on. As opposed to that little guy. I think that's an habanero. More potato plants. That's a radish that volunteer goes to flower, but the wildlife, the birds, I think especially enjoy the pods, so I hardly get any of those. Transplanted a cucamelon over here, and I think I put another one. Yeah, it's tiny, but there's one right there. Been eating a lot of peas. They're doing very well. Another pepper plant there. More radishes for the wildlife. These peas have been, they didn't get very tall, but are producing a lot. Have to come out and get the rest later. A nice batch of them. One more to pick in there. Something was getting under this netting and eating my carrots and some of the peas, but they're coming back. Hoping these rocks I put on will stop them from growing. I'm picking some raspberries from these over here. These are the original ones, so they're doing a little bit better. The wildlife completely wiped out the kale over here. So I added one of my extra pepper plants. And so you can see the birds eating all these radish pods. That's okay. I have so many seeds inside. Don't need any more. A couple pepper plants here. Not sure what they are. They might be habanero. I had to guess. There's some cilantro seeds, coriander. So I got most of my extra plants out except for these bell peppers. I need to try to find a spot for those. And eventually I'm hoping that the eggplant starts growing. There's a couple in there. Man, I tell you, this weather's crazy. Okay. Swiss chard, not doing great in this pot. But when you come over to this pot, it's doing pretty well. I even moved one and it's starting to come back. So hopefully I'll have Swiss chard soon. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my camera this morning. It's just not acting right. So the lemon tree, I think, is officially dead. No idea what happened. I watered it. It's the same dirt it had been in. Didn't get dried out. Just died. So I threw in some jalapeno plants, and if they die, then I'll just say there's something in the dirt. But very disappointing. What's not disappointing are my volunteer cucamelons. They are doing amazing. I probably have too many of them in there, but let them fight it out. For some reason, the ones by themselves are the slow-growing ones. I even got one out here, a couple out here, and then this corner. I love the corners, I guess. So they're doing good. Hopefully I'll have cucamelons soon. Okay, bring in here. Got the shallots. The shallots are looking pretty good. Not as many as I had hoped, but for my first time growing them, not too bad. This is a volunteer tomato plant. Guess we'll find out what that is. Hey, I do have more cucamelons that grew out here. There's a little guy there. I'm just letting them go. See how many I get. That's a beefsteak tomato. Peas are really starting to take off. So starting to get some flowers on them. Probably have way too many and should have thinned them out, but too late now. So now this tomato plant, or this tomato plant, is where all the fish are. And I believe it's this one that's growing better than any other plant. It's actually got tomatoes on it. So I'd say for now the tomato, or the fish that I buried under there worked. These are the best of the pea plants for some reason. Well, I guess they're by the fish, maybe that's why. But they got a lot of flowers on them. This beefsteak's got some flowers on it. Mystery plant. I'm guessing either pumpkin or butternut. I just let that grow up the fence, maybe. Put another beefsteak here because I had one. I had to do something with it. Another beefsteak. More peas. They didn't do so great through here. This is the Texas Roadhouse cherry tomato. Just to give you an idea of what this Texas Roadhouse can do. I mean, look at that. I mean, that's probably 40 flowers in one batch. And then there's another one. So, at least I thought so. That's not how they grow. Maybe it is. Yeah, it is. Look at all those flowers. So I have a ton of cherry tomatoes. Some more peas. So anyway, that's what's going on inside the bird netting. Okay. A few more. I don't know if any of you ever grew raspberry canes. They just spread. I tore everything out here last year, and they're back. And they'll just keep coming back. Okay, another ancho plant. Some really nice peppers on it. I could probably eat those. That one and that one. We make homemade chipotle pretty much. Barbacoa. It'll probably be tasty on it, grilled up. More of these amazing cucamelon plants. Not sure what this is. This might be a Buchalokia. It's turned into a big old bush. That might be a bell pepper there. I believe another Jamaican, but it's very pale. And there's another. You can see them eating the leaves off of them, the bell peppers. I guess next year I'm going to put this bird netting. It works so well. through the entire garden. Here's my mystery plant, and it is huge. Look at the size of that thing. No idea what it is. Get the base in there. I don't see any flowers. Oh, there's some flowers starting to grow. So I don't know. I don't know if I should take one of these out, let one of them do really well. Man, that's going to take up a lot of space in the garden if it keeps growing like that. I can't imagine what that is. Okay, bell pepper, and bell pepper. The green beans finally were annihilated by the rabbits. So I actually got some netting to put around it, and hopefully they will come back. The milkweed growing pretty well. The zucchini here, which I need to plant more. That'll never be enough for us. That's about the only thing the other people eat. Something digging a hole in the ground. I've probably had 4 or 5 of those. Somebody says the rabbits building a nest to have babies. I hope that's not right. I thought this one was a milkweed, but those are not milkweed flowers. So I don't know what this is. Maybe it just needs to be taken down. Here's my maple tree bush. I chopped that thing shreds at the beginning of the year, and it's just turning into a bush now, which I guess I'll have to deal with. And then this pepper plant got annihilated by, I guess, the rabbits. One pathetic looking flower on there. That one too. These are jalapeno plants, I believe. Cucumber's looking great. So hopefully I'll get a lot of cucumbers. And then finally, oh, yeah, look at that. I need to dig another hole there. The pumpkin patch, which isn't really big enough for a pumpkin patch. These are doing good. They only get sun till about 1 o'clock. So I don't know what'll happen with these, but even if I just get a few of them, I'll be happy with that. There's one bell pepper plant in there. And one last pumpkin. Finally, the last thing, something growing out of the compost bin. Not even sure if it's a vegetable, but it kind of looks like those pumpkins over there, so that's what I'm thinking it might be. Okay, that's pretty sure. I do have another planter over in that window there. That's going to have basil, but it hasn't sprouted yet. Probably just hasn't been warm enough. It says it's 50 degrees this morning. Anyway, this is the garden. Spending a lot more time out here this year. Just want to give a special thanks to Eagles Tekker and Babette for stopping by every week and leaving a comment. It's always great to hear from you guys, and hope you have a great gardening season this year. And I will see everyone next week.